safe.
My theory of teams wanting to go ahead and give it a test, give it a whirl, is staying true, at least from series to series so far. This time we'll see it in the hands of Team Falcon's Mena, trying to make it work, and also the Esmeralda over here. So I'm wondering, again, what do you pair up with it so that you have the best chance of success for the Harara to work? Because, yeah, right there, it's open. Belric and the Kimmy goes to Falcon Daisies.
I'm kind of glad that we are at a point where we're kind of scared of Belric.
Yeah.
Right?
By Falcon's Mena?
Can we entertain the idea that maybe this is a pairing for Hirara where you need a front line that consistently slows the enemy so that Hirara can go in and out pretty safe?
Yeah. Like considering the S-Mess.
Maybe.
Yeah,
we'll see, right? Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it does work.
The potential for Harara is, or maybe teams just kind of eventually just say, you know what, no more. We don't want to deal with it anymore. But there it is, red 4, Lilia comes through.
Yeah, and now adding your thought to the slows, even the Lilia, once that picks up Ice Queen, that's good setup for the Hirara.
There's a lot of slows here.
Yeah.
Even for Esme, right? Because Esme, she just really wants to stick onto someone, but some people are just too fast.
Yeah. So does that mean that you want to finally get to see a Link today? Okay.
Oh, we can't even hear the cheers.
Yeah, we like the Link too.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's nice to have an audience.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
And our audience are all experts.
A CC. Haven't seen the CC for a while. So I see the idea, but it's not without its risks.
Yeah.
Right? You try to kill them first.
Yeah.
But if you don't kill them first, they're gonna kill you. That's the philosophy in life. Kill them first, if not
In MLBB.
In MLBB.
In MLBB.
Yeah. Sometimes the best defense is amazing offense.
Quick reminder for all y'all. Get checked for paranoia. Nice too, LaFell. Let's go.
So Lings when we flew back to our own countries.
Yeah.
It looked kind of nasty. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we are jumping into the game in the land of Dawn. We got to see Starsoy on this Ling. Can she make it work against the Herrera being used by Nana? And then we go for a pause.
All right. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer. You know? But yeah, I think looking at the emblems too.
Fatal for the Ling just to have more crits.
A little more, the crit.
Which honestly, it's less about the Ling buff and more about the Berserker Fury buff. Now that's nasty.
Yeah.
You have physical damage, you have crit chance, you have crit damage increase, and then you have true damage whenever you crit. That's quite a lot of on-hit bursts.
So this is going to answer the question too. If you're stalled out early on an assassin jungle, right?
Yeah.
How punishing exactly is that? Because now that you have two assassins against each other,
yeah.
Who, like, what context does that bring into, let's say, first turtle even, right? Whoever gets pressure. Or is it going to be the case where both the teams just don't even put pressure there? They just let their, assassin junglers build up the way that they need to in a natural process, and then you fight it out full power for your first turtle. Because if you think about it, Herrera versus a Ling in general, it's a very different. They're both going to be looking for that opener.
Yes.
So it's up to the rest of the team to secure the space that they need for that to happen.
If I was a coach, the thing that I would do is do what Phoenix did just now, which is select one target and then keep that target down indefinitely. And with that, you have more jungle control. So instead of taking down the jungler directly, you just take their farm away. And that's just going to be enough, especially if you're the Ling, because you can take their farm and then immediately go back to your own jungle. And then that snowball is just going to be too much for anyone to really deal with.
Yeah. So who is the main?
Who was there? The Hylos.
The Hylos. Yeah.
If you kill the Hylos enough, they have no forward momentum.
Yeah. That's the unfortunate life of a
Actually,
realm,
wait.
though.
It's Ling against a Lilia. Lilia does not have a lot of HP.
Yeah.
The Ling needs no items to take down a Lilia.
Yeah. As soon as you hit level 4, you're maybe even before.
Yeah.
You know how many times we've seen almost a first blood happen in the first minute?
Yep.
But let's jump back into the game. This is what we were talking about. We'll see exactly what happens here. But yeah, the Lilia with the Hylos. You have across from them the Belric and the Kimmy. So one thing's for sure, no one goes down in that first minute. They just go to the default, secure what they need to. It looks like that's going to be orange start for Starsoy.
Yeah, let me just say, Naisu, as roamers, we can kind of tell how the team is going to play based on the boots that they buy. Because after the buff of Conceal, basically everyone went Conceal, right?
Yeah.
But look at the Hylos. He actually went for Encourage. So I feel like Falcon's Mena, they're going to be more reactive and kiting back instead of being super proactive in their fights. That's a very interesting choice. We haven't seen Encourage for a while. It's basically been all Conceal.
It's funny because I just, I actually prefer Encourage.
Yeah.
But I just know Conceal is the way to go.
Yeah.
Especially because, at this level of play, that's exactly what you need to be able to do. You need to pop that Conceal, kind of surprise the enemy or opposing team with it. But yeah, this could be a change of pace anyway to go ahead and start into this game one. You can see exactly what we were talking about too, where both junglers are pretty much unbothered in the early minutes of the game. So this leads into that first turtle, right? First objective. They both got the level 4s that they needed. This is pretty much as easy as it gets for jungler pathing into your first objective take.
Looks like it's a ladies' tree where they're just like, you don't bother me, I don't bother you. We'll just get whatever's free.
Ladies' agreement.
So, gentlemen's agreement, ladies' treaty.
Ladies' treaty. I like that. Yeah. First turtle, fight for the space here. Nucci holding up that front side. She's still got the Revitalize, so they've got plenty of time to go ahead and deal with this. Half health on the turtle right now. Kiko joining the fight too. I think they just want to fight it out. Valkyrie's set going to be used. She jumps on in. They're crashing down. Nucci going to be first. Double for Kiko. Name's now joining the fight. She's going to go for it too, but she gets catered down on here right under the turtle. And Names goes down. 3 kills for Falcon Daisies here, plus the turtle.
It's unfortunate because Names had her flicker.
Yeah.
And I really don't think Names should have been there in the first place.
They maybe just stayed in the gold lane.
Exactly. You're a click. And it's against a Freya. So I really feel like Falcon's Mena, they dropped the ball there. Like they try to fight fire with fire. But your fire is like a
It's not there yet. It's an ember at this point.
It's from a lighter.
Yeah, it's an ember. It's just this.
Exactly.
It's not a flame yet. Not a full force flame.
It's a Charmander against a Charizard.
Oh, that's what it feels like. You know, at this point too, in this kind of composition that Team Falcons Mena has, it's one of those ones. Like I said, if you are to delay this Harara, you might be in a bad position, and you can see them. They're staying bunched up together. I think they just want to try to get a kill and convert. Wrath of the Dragon going to be used. Oh, a traction pulse too in there. Starsoy joining the fight. Tempest Blaze already going to be used. Looking to pick up a kill on Nucci, but they will be able to escape. But you're already seeing the potential here.
Yep, you can see how Ling just, I think 2 hits almost took down Syrinx, but yeah, it's a good thing that she was able to get out of there with the black shoes. And now looking at the goal difference here, it's not much just yet, but look at Freya being almost like 800 gold ahead of names. That's trouble for everyone from Falcons Mena.
Yeah, this is one of those things again where, you know, right now it doesn't look like too much, a bit of a lead for Falcon Daisies, but this has started the momentum that they need. With this kind of lineup that's built to snowball, especially with Ling. Remember, when Ling was a menace, you know, before he completely fell off the face of the world.
I remember MSC 24.
Yeah, like he's the snowball potential for him is what's so scary. And now after the bit of a buff that he's had, we're going to see if it actually works out. There's Berserker's Fury, like you mentioned.
Yep.
The go-to item, especially rushing it in for Starsoy.
Yeah, if you really want to be fast, you pick up a Windtalker. If you want to be able to sustain, you pick up a Haskell. At this point, I feel like Windtalker, man.
Oh, they're going to find it again. Wrath of the Dryad going to be able to lock down Syrinx. She can't even get away. Nucci could potentially be next. A jump in from Nocturne. They're going to go for it. Afu gone. They're fighting back here. Team Falcons in the mid lane. Nucci falls. Forget the turtle. They want the kills. And now after 2, Falcons Daisies will go for the turtle.
And look at how nasty that was between Era as well as Jay. Multiple ways to lock down opponents. The moment the curtain call hits onto anyone from Falcons Mena, you can see that they have no idea how to respond to that. It's been a while since we've seen CC, and you just can't get used to it.
Oh, Kiko just threaded the needle so close. Burns the flicker. Names goes in with a shield. Will keep Kiko alive. What a play to stay alive in that one. Turtle still for the taking here. Neither team wants to commit just yet.
You hear cheers, you hear groaning, so you know which side favors which. But yeah, I feel like Names, if she reacted just a little bit earlier, that was
a little bit earlier.
100% a kill.
Man, that shielding coming in clutch there too. Kiko would have been a great kill to take down. Now that she's got a couple kills for her, but they're going to fight for it anyway. A lockdown coming through, and now Nocturne jumping on forward. They're going to fight for it anyway. Traction Pulse going to bring Nucci back, and now Kiko once again. Tempest Blaze going to be used, and he'll chase down Nana. Starsoy picking up a kill, looking for another as she finds Nucci. And now Syrinx cut off from the team. Kiko just unleashing hit after hit with nowhere to go. Kiko's on a killing spree.
Whoever gets the early game nice, it becomes so unfair so fast. Like, even though it's a 2,000 gold lead, the fact that Starsoy got her Berserker Fury super fast,
yeah,
she don't care if you're tanky. I have 2 damage. That's not something you can say before. The Berserker Fury buff, it's life-changing for all the crit heroes.
And Starsoy just having a hell of a game. She's on fire right now alongside Kiko. And this is just so much that you can utilize. I mean, even the traction pulses, man, have done a great job at either counter-engaging or engaging.
Look at how crazy this is. Sky Piercer and Haskell. It's kind of like, how much do we want to extend our lead?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes.
Yes. There
that
you
much.
go. I like that Starsoy, like, going for the Windtalker is going to be cheaper, but at this point she's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just need to stay alive.
This is such an impressive game 1 from Falcon Daisies, especially considering what they brought in the draft. I mean, this is why we open the day with highlighting MWI's meta. You know, from year to year, it's always refreshing to see what the ladies decide to draft. You know, it's a different style of play, but then again, also you have the meta that's ever changing, ever shifting right now. Yep. And hopefully this is just shades of what we get to see for the weeks ahead. Right now, Jay, she's going to take a couple shots. She's going to be fine though. Still has a Revitalize too. And now Kiko could be the next target. Nocturne jumping in. A couple members. Team Falcons Mena waiting patiently.
And right now, honestly, looking at Falcons Daisies, with the lead that they have, their draft is absolutely perfect because they have a lot of burst, but also they have rage with that Kimi. So the moment Falcons Mena lose the front line, you're gonna see those turrets get destroyed.
Yeah, this is one of those things, you know, where it's like, just like we usually see with a Moscow, for example, the Ling puts so much pressure on the opposite end of the map, and that's what Starsoy was able to go ahead and do, and now this Lord's up. Falcons Mena, they want to go ahead and contest this. Half health. They got to make a decision very quickly, but I think it's going to be way too late because you got Syrinx on the other side of the map, so that is a free Lord take for Falcon Daisies.
Right now, it's just that Falcon Daisies, they have an unpunishable dive, right? Yeah. Unless Falcons Mena had a Belleric, there's no hesitation. The Freya can go in. What are they going to do, right? The Ling goes in. What are you going to do? I don't see a Cho. I don't see a Kaja. I don't see anyone to lock us down. And even if someone makes a mistake, look at the firepower of the Kimi, the Freya, heck, even the CC.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's one of the stories for today. Unpunished.
Unpunished. It seems like that's been the storyline, at least for our matches over here on Stream B, but you know, I think the closest thing they have to a lockdown is what, the Glorious Pathway from Nucci. You know, they try to slow them down at least and get that stun off, but it's just not enough. And with this Lord making its way slowly down that bottom side, Falcon Daisies, they've got the idea here. Sea Halberd picked up by Kiko. Gonna help kind of handle some of that revitalized healing and the rest of the sustainability that comes with Falcons Mena here. But they've got to get prepped and ready for this base push.
Yeah. I feel like for the coaching staff, for Falcons Mena as well, has to really rethink about the draft because this is kind of like what Navi did earlier and hoping that they get such a huge lead early that it doesn't care. And look at Nuki. Woo-wee! 50% HP gone by 1 CC.
Yeah, traction pulse used as well. But the Lord was cleared up. Still just trying to get that Holy Defense Shield. Top one's going to pop as well. Good push there from Starsoy. Falcons Mena have to figure something out here as they're trying to hold on desperately. The last bit of turrets that they have. They're going to go for this stun. They've got some damage on Jay. She's going to be fine, though. Pop of the Revitalize, and she's able to get out there just fine. Tier 2 turret down and taken care of. Falcon Daisies take what they want.
I feel like at this point, it really is on the mistakes of Falcon Daisy because I don't think that Falcons Mena has a comebackable draft. They have quite good wave clear with the Lilia, but then you're hoping for names to have enough burst damage to really take down the Falcons. Look at the items right now. It's not looking good. Endless battle into the Malefic Gun, and that's part of the reason why Clint really needs a very good early game. Your items are just expensive, which I really feel like that's the biggest mistake that Falcons Mena did, was the fact that Neems tried to join Turtle 1 against a Freya, against a Ling, against a Kimi. Should have just stayed in lane.
It's one of those things where mistakes cause objectives and objectives cause games, right? That's what we're seeing built up here. And here's another one. A team fight's going to break out in the jungle. Here's Starsoy off the backside, but Syrinx will go down first. It's a double for Kiko. They burn the flicker. They find it. 2 pickoffs easily. Just cutting them off for Team Falcons Mena.
Unless Falcons Mena can stall the game to 90 minutes, I don't see them having the firepower. I really don't. You know, like, as much as we got to give hope and everything, we got to be realistic. With the draft that Falcon Daisies have, it's a rough game. It is a rough game.
It's one of those things where there's almost just too many ways for this compositions from Falcon Daisies to pick what they want.
Yeah.
You know, that last team fight, that last little sandwich play was exactly what we're talking about. And Falcons Mena just keeps going for it. Now Nucci going to be in trouble too. Locking down once again. Glorious Pathway on the defense. Starsoy will join the fight. Goes in. Syrinx down once again. They still have the base turrets, but without Syrinx, without a Revitalize, without a Glorious Pathway, what kind of defense can Falcons Mena have?
Nice. So today I learned, right, if Hirara gets tied down with the current call, even with the iframe, she can't move.
She can't move. They're going to have to try to figure a way to move through this. Bottom turret already down. Nucci going to be next. She is deleted and gone. Looking for more. Lord still up. Tempest Blades just for some finesse. And the base is going to be locked on as Falcon Daisies look to end the game. They're taking so much damage, though. they still have to respect the damage coming through from names, and they can't end the game just yet.
Not yet, but here's the thing. Like, Falcons Mena, I feel like most of the damage came from Syrinx, so I think that's good. Looking at the gold difference here, it really doesn't matter that much, except when we look at the jungle. Almost 4,000 difference, and this is one of the scariest things about the Ling, is that the Ling is so fast that a 200 gold lead will eventually feel like 4,000. So with the endless battle as well, the on-hit damage from Starsoy, like imagine if she jumps down and that just so happens to be a crit. It's going to be a crit. There's going to be true damage, and then there's going to be true damage on the Endless Battle as well. Endless Battle, as well as Hasclaw, as well as the Berserker Fury, has so much physical items there, so the scaling on Ling's first hit is going to be enough for it to be like, yeah, you don't want this smoke.
You don't want this. You don't want anything to do with this, and that's kind of been the nature. That's why I'm so surprised that we continue to see Falcons Mena just be like, yeah, we do want something to do with this. Like, they've been showing up in the jungle every time, like, hey, you know, and
imagine like they go in and say, that's all you got? That's all you got?
That's how it's felt. But
some of us are still up.
You know, LaFell, I think at this point too, they might be just looking for that kind of Hail Mary, you know, just trying to make something where they either get a massive shutdown, a ton of gold in the right target here, but at this point, it's almost a wish up into the air. You got 20 seconds for this lore to come up. You already lost one of your base turrets. The shields are down. This is where that decision making comes into play for Falcons Mena as well. Do we contest? Do we fight? Do we just hold on in our base? You know, what do they do here?
I'm gonna bring a counter argument and just say Falcons Daisies.
Yeah.
If you don't close out the game soon, every minute that you give Falcons Mena is an opportunity for a mistake to happen. Right? So, as much as you are so comfortable in the lead, 13-1, 10k gold lead, the moment you're like, we don't have to end this now. We need more airtime. And eventually, Falcons, like, you just need to get lucky once. Right? That's also the thing that you guys have to understand. You just need to get lucky once, and then after that, everything's in your favor.
Oh, man. We'll see if this is going to be in their favor. You know, it was about 4 minutes ago when he said they need 9 minutes. So they got another 4 minutes to go. And
yeah.
Maybe for Falcons Mena, by that time, they would have bought themselves enough time to catch up on some of the itemization, defensiveness as well, and they can look to punish Falcon Daisies if they get a little overzealous, if they overstep this. Now, this could clearly be a win push with this Lord already making its way down bottom. Just depends on how they play this.
And it's very sick. This is very nice coming in from Falcons Daisy. So clean. Yeah. It's going to be a tough one for Falcons Mena to defend.
Yeah, Names is going to clear out that top wave at least. Going to work on this mid too. They have to deal with the Lord. Trying to buy some time here, Kiko, but still, this is a great defense so far from Falcons Mena. Lord's got to be worked on unless they push this a little bit further. Gore's pathway to slow things down, but so far, so good for Falcons Mena. Clearing out the waves. They've bought themselves more time.
Let's talk about what will happen if this game goes long enough. Nana on this Herrera will have very low cooldowns, making it so that she can fight. Oh, hold on, someone got caught.
They're going to go for Nucci, Wrath of Dry, and everything else. The team has to show up for her, and they will be enough, but Starsoy will take out Syrinx. So Nucci will survive, but the trade for the mid lane for Falcons Mena.
That's the advantage when you have a crit hero.
Yeah.
Syrinx didn't have time for the black shoes or the flicker. Like, the burst is just too much. She couldn't expect it.
Oh, traction pulse again. Starsoy waiting on the wings here. They just want to clear out the waves. That's all they have to do. But I'll tell you what, man, Falcons Mena doing a phenomenal job at defending. Again, they're down thousands and thousands of gold, but they've essentially brought them up to this point in about 7 minutes from the last time that Falcon Daisies were knocking on the base turrets.
Eventually, Nana will be so good in a long team fight, and Names will be so good in a short team fight. Look at it, even with the BOD, right? Look at Names. Names is just one item away. Either you go for a win of nature just to make sure you don't die instantly to Starsoy, or actually, I think that is going to be the item. The other item I would consider is perhaps a a rose gold.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's going to be the Wind of Nature route. Looking at Harara as well. Cooldown reduction. I think at this point, there's going to be enough cooldown for Harara to actually have a good tango in a fight around the Lord. So even though the goal lead for Falcons Daisies is 12,000, it's becoming less and less important.
Yeah. At that point, it's almost just the ability to go ahead and switch out defensive items.
Yep.
You know, it's like now we're in the territory where it's item juggling.
Yep.
You know, in some of the crucial modes.
Winter.
Yeah, going for that. They do have full control around this Lord right now. And this is going to be, it's just going to go in their favor. So they'll be able to go ahead and grab this. Now this is where, because you're past that 18-minute mark too, and, you know, the game has dragged on to this point, now you got to deal with defending against an evolved Lord. Now you got to be able to go ahead and juggle this out better. Now, I will say, Falcons Mena has bought themselves the time where they're actually capable of making that happen.
I think they had a short discussion where they said they're the strongest inside their own base.
Yeah.
Right? There's just no way where Falcons Daisies can go in without taking damage. So I think they took a calculated risk and say that this is going to be a tough Lord to defend against. But if we can defend it, we win.
Force Pathway drop down in mid lane. They want to hold out as long as they can. That's a lot of damage on Jay. She's going to be careful here too. Nana goes back to heal up. Mid turret finally goes down. Lord is at half health. They're going to be able to clear this out. Jay, though, isn't a part of the fight. She already popped the Revitalize too. So once again, Falcons Mena will successfully defend against an evolved Lord nearing that 20-minute mark.
If you can defend that Lord, you can win.
You can win. You can.
I feel like they can now because even Nocturne has scaled up to the point where she's becoming nigh unkillable.
Yeah.
So Falcons Daisies, this could be one of the biggest upsets of being like 13,000 ahead and then still losing.
Yeah, there's a potential for this to completely flip on the heads of Falcon Daisies here if they're not careful enough. Even taking out 2 base turrets. Again, we're talking about the threat of now the late game composition and itemization from Falcons Mena. You can see that Wind of Nature was picked up there. 4 names. Harara as well. Nearly there. You know, just sometimes enough damage, but it's Nocturne, there's the BOD. And even for Syrinx has died multiple times, but her damage throughput on the Lilia is stopping Falcon Daisies in their tracks half the time.
Right. She's taking a lot of damage here.
Jay's going to go for it. Goes in with the Wrath Dryad off the conceal. Kiko looking for an angle on the backside too alongside Starsoy. She's going to jump in. Tempest Blade is going to be used. Crash Chin down. Looking to pick up a kill. They find a names. That's a big pickup. Nucci falls. The 1-for-2 trade. Chasing them down to the jungle they go. You can't escape Starsoy though. She's looking for another. Takes them down. Arya will get the kill. 1 left. It's only Syrinx. As Falcon Daisies, they don't have a wave pushing in just yet. Mid lane will be able to follow, and Syrinx, she wants to clear this out and delay it, but she's pushed off. Black Shoes already, and that's game 1 in 21 minutes, going over to Falcon Daisies.
Congratulations to Falcon Daisies, but I gotta say, I gotta bring it up instantly. For Falcons Mena to win,